When he plays at the back, he will stop your attack, Calafori. Where he chose red over blue, plays for Mick Kennedy, Calafori. Dim, 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 dim. That's it. I don't think we've got any more.
When the ball hits your head and you're sitting in Rosette, it's Zamora. That's the best one. Huh? My dad wants me. Welcome back to episode 10 of Two Man Step.
The Big Ten.
Double digits.
10 dog.
Decade.
Ozil.
Come on. You know, it's that awkward point in the season. It's a bit too early to do predictions for us. You know, we
Yeah.
like to make, calculated and respectful.
See the transfers first.
Exactly.
Yeah, see the managers come in, pre-season, all of that.
So we're going to be doing a little bit of discussion about what's going on so far since the Euros. Obviously, last episode was the England manager job. This one's going to be about transfers, teams we like the look of, teams that maybe aren't doing enough, teams we're worried about, and sort of early season thoughts, what we think's, how the season might shape up and how it's going at the moment. I think there's only one place to start. Probably
Only
the biggest,
one place to start.
the biggest high-profile signing for the Premier League. I think. Am I
So
right in saying
far,
that?
yeah, I think so. I can't.
Oh, maybe Man United actually.
Euro, yeah, I guess
Euro,
Euro's kind of big.
Xerxes.
Xerxes, not Xerxes. I say Euro.
But
Then
Calafiori's had the headlines.
had the headlines, had a good Euros, had a good season with Bologna, and he's just joined the mighty Arsenal.
The mighty Gooners.
The mighty Gooners, the
How you
Italiano.
feeling?
I'm feeling good. Obviously, I haven't watched all of him last season, but the Euros, what I've seen in the Euros, I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. You can play left back, play left centre back, good on the ball, drives, tall, physical, 6'2". Some people say he's got that aura about him that I've been
Italian
seeing.
defender
Italian
aura.
defender, baby Maldini. I'm not calling him that, but
No, that's okay.
you know what I mean.
It's okay
I'm
to be
excited. I'm excited. And it's the first one. It's the first one. So yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it.
I think from like an outsider's perspective, it's a sign and that everyone is quite envious of. He's
Yeah.
good on the ball. He sort of fits into what football's becoming and how Arteta wants to play. How
Full centre back thing.
that modern style of playing. Oh, fucking Dylan just ruined it. We're
And
flowing
Viviane.
well, bro. Fucking guy, bro.
What the heck?
We was just cooking, bro. We was actually just cooking.
I'm fucking with the shirt though.
No, fuck you, bro. they try to come in and give me some fucking.
Sorry, bro. That's not the shirt though. That's not the fit. I was like, shit.
Sorry.
There's a need for that.
Sorry. That's my bad. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
that's okay. No,
It
I'll
happens.
just stay quiet. Go on, make it it's the Patrick show. The solo step. The P's and Q's.
Solo step in. Shout out little Yachty. You know that song? Yeah, wish. Hey, I'm coming with bars, Anyway. Good.
P's and Q's is a Kano song. That's a better tune.
No, but you didn't.
It's a
It wasn't
better-
linked. It wasn't linked.
What,
You didn't
how?
link it. You didn't link it back.
But that's always. If
It
I
was-
ever,
no,
if I
mine
ever hear
was-
the phrase P's and Q's, I'm thinking of.
No, not really. You know, because people
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
might think of Lil Uzi Vert song, which is called P's and Q's.
That tells you a lot about a person if who they think of when they hear
No, but
P's and Q's.
it's more popular. But I think of Kane because I'm from
Yes.
London.
Respect. Put some respect on Kano's
But
name.
I'm
bro.
trying to, wide the audience. You get me? That's what we're trying to reach.
I can't imagine many Lil Uzi Vert fans sit down and watch.
No, because it was a big song. It's a wide audience, so they watch a lot of football.
So is P's and Q's, bro. P's and Q's is a big
It's
tune
a big tune, but
in the
it's not a
UK.
P's. Yeah, exactly. But I get you mean.
place.
There's gonna be more.
You got a big song in the UK?
Who?
You.
Yeah. I produce some.
What the What?
I produce some big tunes.
Wallahi. Anyway, we'll go back to where we were.
Ask Carlos.
Ask Carlos.
Ask Carlos.
Me personally, it's a signing you're a bit envious of because of that, the key attributes you highlighted.
Yeah. such as his height,
physicality,
and also
on the ball ability.
we can be a bit more versatile now. We can switch up the lineups, give people a bit of rest. So Gabriel, he played a lot of minutes last season, so it gives an opportunity for him to. He can have a little bit of rest,
Bit of depth.
bit of depth. Play Calafiori left centre back. Then we can go with Zinchenko left back or Timber left back. We could do with our defensive options now. We can do a lot of things. Strong side, and with Saliba playing a lot of minutes. Arteta said that he played a lot of minutes last season. I don't think he missed any minute.
Potentially too many minutes.
Too many minutes.
Agreed.
So with this signing, it just allows a lot of changes that could happen.
Yeah, it allows. I think what you're getting at is it allows flexibility for
Facts.
Arteta. It allows him to. Okay, we've got. Let me think of a game that. Okay, we've got Ipswich this week.
Yeah.
At home. Probably at that point in the season, you'll go, Arsenal should win this game.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rest Saliba today, or let's rest Gabriel today. Because
Yeah.
I still can't imagine Saliba gets too many minutes rested. Similar to Van Dijk at Liverpool, even when Liverpool sign another centre back or another defender, it's usually okay. Van Dijk might miss the League Cup, but even the FA Cup, there's a chance he's going to be in that side.
Yeah.
And I think Arteta's slightly different to that. I think he will rotate the squad slightly more, but I wouldn't be surprised if it still meant Saliba played vast majority of minutes next season.
He's a key component of our defence.
As you said, the depth it's frightening. I do think it's frightening.
It is very frightening, and I'm looking forward to our defence next season. As an Arsenal fan, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Strongest defence in the league being further reinforced can only be a good thing, I think. If you ask me, unless it was a replacement, it's not a replacement. It's depth. It's reinforcement.
Facts.
Potentially going to be starting left back.
Yeah.
You know, there's Timber, there's Zinchenko,
Tomiyasu. Yeah, there's loads
Ben
of
White.
options.
You've got loads of options now. What is that? Your defence? Is there anyone else we're missing?
Kyrgios, Zinchenko.
Kyrgios as well. That's it. We already said Zinchenko, but Kyrgios.
Kyrgios the other one.
So you got 4 centre backs in theory that won. Like the fullbacks, let's say Ben White's there to play fullback.
Yeah.
Zinchenko's fullback.
Yeah.
Timber's fullback.
Yeah, but in pre-season, when he's been playing alongside Ben White, he's gone to the centre-back option.
Right,
so, yeah.
okay. But they're all ball-playing centre-backs who are going to sort of progress the ball, bar maybe Gabriel's not. Like,
I think his ball-playing ability is very underrated, actually.
No,
but he's definitely not going to be the one that will be saying he's going to play left
That's
back.
what I'm saying, yeah. It's like, I think most centre-backs now are good on the ball.
Good on the ball,
At that level, at least. I'd argue that Gabriel's just the weakest one on the ball in that sort of defence.
It's more than Knicks. It's been quite concrete. Mikel Moreno.
Newcastle flop,
but in Real Sociedad, he's proved that he's been one of the most, would I say elite? The good left-sided centre mids in La Liga right now. He had a good season last season at Real Sociedad, and he's been linked with Arsenal, and I think that's a good signing. I think 28. It's like a stopgap signing.
Another Jorginho a little bit.
Another Jorginho. Yeah.
It's almost, from my perspective, a 28-year-old midfielder isn't that old.
No, it's not that old.
Yes, you got 4 or 5 seasons at least of him probably, unless he suddenly becomes injury prone. If he doesn't work out, they can replace him. But De Bruyne's 33 now himself.
Of course, yeah.
So it's not, you're not signing midfielders. I think that's a replacement, or he becomes the first choice ahead of Jorginho next to Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Does it impact the likes of Kai Havertz or Erdegaard's time, and how the balance of the team, and what's that midfield three now look like? Is Kai Havertz now your sort of focal point of attack? And I don't mean target man, but more like, is he could still be playing that false 9 maybe, but
I think the Kai Havertz in midfield thing is done now. I think Arteta saw what happened in the first part of last season. It was like, I feel like Kai Havertz is better at playing up front, and you saw that towards the second half of the season where he started to perform. So I don't think it affects Kai Havertz minutes. It may affect the minutes of obviously Jorginho and Partey, whereas Declan Rice could be, or they could do a double pivot with Declan Rice and Moreno. So it'll definitely affect the minutes of Partey and Jorginho. I don't think it'll affect Odegaard's minutes, but yeah, it's a signing that I do like, and also he's 6'2". The signings of him and Calafiori, both 6'2".
Physical side now.
Team. It shows that Arteta, that's what he wants. That's the profile we like. We like to be quite physical and dominant, and it's very important because you see loads of players talking about how games was won during the tunnel, and that when you look on the side, you see huge 6'3" guys all over the place. So it's definitely important, and the signing that I'm excited for if it happens.
They're tall and they're technically good.
Yeah, exactly.
But also Arsenal last year we saw, I think they scored the most corners.
Yeah, set pieces.
So it's again playing into another area that they're really honing down on. I think that's one thing you've seen from Arteta's Arsenal side is they focus on specific areas.
Yeah, of course.
And he's dominating another area that just gives him an extra inch.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're really good on the pitch. They're really good at playing football.
Yeah.
But they've now got that extra inch by, okay, we win most of our corners. We're going to win most aerial attacks. We're going to win set pieces, and we're going to score a goal.
Of course.
It's potentially the difference between 1 and 3 points.
Exactly. And you saw that his aerial ability when he won the goal. He won against Germany. Yeah,
unbelievable.
That head was unbelievable.
And there's still a bit of chat. There's still a little bit of chat. I mean, there's a rumour today, obviously, about Sane. But for me, one place where I think if Arsenal had this profile player, they probably would have won the league last season. Across the season, you're looking where they drop points, would be, and I think, don't get me wrong, Calafiori's a great signing. I think if they get Marino, well, there was one point they were talking about Zubimendi, they both would be top signings to play in that midfield. What about a striker? What about an out-and-out goal scorer? Is that was for one point it felt like for the last 2 years that's been what Arsenal all what people have spoken about. Is that still a key point for Arsenal? Is that still?
I don't think a striker. Me personally, I don't think a striker like a centre forward is a place that I would target because I feel like with the system that we've got, I feel like it would work with a Havertz or Jesus up front. I feel like it's just an attacker in general that can create out of nothing, and I think we saw that in the Champions League where we just lacked a bit of X factor, which I love Bukayo Saka, but he just doesn't have that yet. He's still young.
And do you think you signed? Do you think you still need that? Do you think is that being?
Yeah.
Does it look like that's going to happen this summer?
I don't know if it's going to happen this summer. I think a lot of our signings, it does depend on a lot of outgoings that we have, such as
Smith Rowe's just
gone, and Nketiah looks like he might be out the door. Who else? Reece Nelson. So it depends on our outgoings, but then it's definitely a thing that we need to address.
I can't help but feel that with Arsenal, I don't mean an out-and-out striker, but someone who is going to guarantee you
goals,
20-plus goals in the season, in the league. A Salah. Yeah. Like Liverpool have probably never had an out-and-out striker in that whole Klopp era, but they've had Salah and Mane. And, I mean, even there was a year where Firmino chipped in, like a couple of years, he chipped in with a lot of goals. Guys who can finish. It sounds basic, but just finish their dinner.
Yeah, finish their dinner.
So I feel like a lot of times last year when I watched Arsenal, there were so many chances where you'd fall to Jesus or you'd fall to Havertz. And you're like, how are these lot still drawing, or how they 1-0 down, or how are they not 4-0 up?
Yeah, no, you're right. I do agree with that, but I feel like Arteta does. I think he's got a lot of trust in the young wingers that we've got. I feel like he thinks Saka's going to take another leap into the stats, which he's been doing constantly throughout the years.
I think he will.
I think this season is a very, very big year for Martinelli, as last season was his best year. Obviously, we saw what he done this season before, where he got, I think it was 15 Premier League goals. I think it was
a lot of goals and assists.
A lot of goals and assists. And I believe that Havertz, if he performs the way he done towards the end of the season, throughout the season, how many goals? I think he got like double-digit goals last season. So if he could continue to perform like that throughout the whole season, I feel like you'll see more goals definitely going in, and maybe less conversation on that we need a striker role
or a focal finisher. Okay.
Man
United have been. They've moved fast this window for one of the sides at the top. Obviously, Ineos and Ratcliffe have come in. They've promised a different approach. They've spent big, which isn't a different approach, obviously, maybe the profile player they've gone for. They've now pushed slightly for the more younger side. I know they've made young signings before, but it looks like they've steered clear of the Casemiro profile and the Varane profile signings, or the Eriksen, who someone we've heard they're trying to offload, and it looks like they're still trying to offload countless players like Wan-Bissaka, McTominay potentially. I know Ten Hag said he wants to keep him, but there's rumours they want to get rid of him. Antony potentially to Turkey.
He needs to go.
Eriksen.
Yeah.
I've heard rumours. There was someone who was quite surprising that they were going to try and get rid of. I can't remember who now, but
you hear loads of Bruno Fernandes links.
I don't think.
Those are like to like the obvious Saudi ones, or maybe I think he got linked to like Bayern.
PSG or Bayern, yeah. So what are your thoughts on United and how they're moving? 'Cause for me, again, it's another one. Lenny Yoro, Xerxes. It looks like they're going to get Mazraoui over the line. It looks like they're going to get probably Rabiot as well.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Or he wants the Man United.
Man United, yeah,
move.
he wants you Man United.
And
De Ligt as well.
there's another one.
De Ligt? Missouri?
De Ligt, yeah, Mazraoui, we've already said.
Yeah.
De Ligt as well. So that's 3 very high-profile players who are going to add to what has already seemed like 2 promising young players. And these players aren't that previous. They're almost players the perfect age to sign.
Mm.
They're not old, they're not young.
They're not
it sounds
old,
dumb,
yeah.
but they're not old, they're not young.
They got experience on their belt.
I mean, none of them for me are players. This is the one thing.
They don't go like, oh. Like,
Yeah.
As a Liverpool fan, you won't be like, oh, this is a bit.
They're not. None of them are players
Yeah.
that you think, oh, I'm really annoyed we missed out on. First of all, none of them are.
Not Euro, because you guys were linked with him. So.
We were linked with him, so I think with the Lenny Euro signing, like he's a good player, great. But he's an 18-year-old from
Yeah.
Rennes for £62 million.
Lil.
Lille, sorry, Lille. He's an 18-year-old from Lille for £62 million. I just, yeah. My point is, there's a lot of pressure on him. First of all, he's already just gotten injured,
Mm.
and it feels that feels more likely to go down the Anthony route for me.
Really?
I don't mean like
that's
a
big
massive
shout.
flop, but a player who is not going to live up to the price tag for. Because Anthony was young when he signed for
Yeah.
United. He's a young player. He's had one good year. He's 18 at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of pressure to come to Old Trafford and be the focal point. I know it's going to be Martinez,
Yeah.
but be the partner to that in the defence of a defence previous years has seen
A lot of shots faced.
and a lot of instability in
Yeah.
maybe like they're not like terrible, but they have a lot of instability
Yeah.
in selection, injuries and whatnot. I know Varane's
course.
leaving, Maguire's not going to play clearly if they want De Ligt as well.
Mm.
For me, it just feels like a lot for it. Like, and Real Madrid didn't want to go above 35 million.
Yeah.
There's reason to that. And I know it sounds basic, it sounds simple, but there is reason to that. There's a reason why when Liverpool heard he wanted Real Madrid, they just turned away because it wasn't going to get first of all Real Madrid.
It's
But
Real
like,
Madrid, yeah.
I don't
They
think
wanna
it was
do that
going
battle
to.
again.
I don't think it was going to be one that they felt was worth outbidding, outbidding Real Madrid, and that says a lot to me. There's potentially better options. It's surprising as well that Man United didn't go for maybe the slightly older option, and he's still very young, and pretty much the same price in Jared Branthwaite. Premier League
I think
experience.
Bradford would have been a bit more expensive.
It was 70 million was the price they wanted,
70 million.
and they've gone 63 for Euro.
I thought they wanted like the similar price to like, not similar, but Gavardio, around that price. I thought that was their asking price. I don't know.
I thought I read 70. Maybe it was slightly more, but
Yeah.
I don't see. Again, this is not saying Euro's not a good footballer. It's more that Man United's track record of signing players that are really good and promising
Hasn't been the best.
hasn't been the best. And with the signings, so that's Euro, but then with the signings like Rabiot, if they do get Rabiot, even Mazraoui, who I feel like would actually be like a good signing. He's not like a.
He's
I wouldn't say he's world-class right
He
back.
can play right back, left back.
And I think he'll probably end up playing more left back. 'Cause
More
I
left
think
back,
Dallow's
yeah.
sort of secured his spot in that side as
And Luke Shaw's
starting
always
right back.
injured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with that, Rabiot, Mazraoui, De Ligt especially with Rabiot, I feel like two players who could turn up and just stink out Man United, and it's just like same on Man United. They weren't cut out for the Premier League. They spent a lot of money on these players. I know Rabiot's a free agent, but they spent a lot of money on these players, and it hasn't worked out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like with their transfers this year, they have definitely gone a different route with the signings with Zerki and Lenny Euro. Me with the Lenny Euro signing, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 because obviously the price 1 year left is a bit too much. But also I've seen, again, I haven't watched him play more than like 1 90-minute game complete. But with the things that I've seen, he does seem like a promising talent. He's got athletic, good on the ball. Not similar profile to Saliba, but same mold kind of.
And I agree with that. I agree, but my point is, first of all, he's 18. He's had one good year.
Yeah.
Like 18-year-olds have had good seasons before, and we've never heard of them since.
Yeah, I know.
And going to Man United is a high pressure situation.
Yeah.
Who had one good year the year before? Hoyland, and it wasn't that great in hindsight. We knew it wasn't that great, but he's come to Man United. He looked okay.
He
But he
looks
hasn't
alright,
looked
yeah.
72 million.
No.
Anthony, 100 million. Again,
Yeah.
an okay season in
In Ajax.
at
yeah.
Ajax, and has come here and stunk it out.
Stank.
Jadon Sancho,
Stank.
and that's just from the past couple of years
Yeah.
of young players who have signed.
So you think Euro is going to belong to that category?
No, I'm not saying he will. He could be a
could,
fantastic
yeah.
signing. I'm saying he could also fall into that trap and maybe be underwhelming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be a complete flop, but I think he could be underwhelming.
Of course.
And he deserves a lot of time because he's 18
Yeah.
and he's a promising talent.
It just depends how they put the pieces around him, such as the centre backs, right back. Because I've always got questions about Dalot because I think he's a good right back, but he's a bit suspect for me at some times, and he can be a bit overrated in my opinion.
Right.
And also the midfield as well. The midfield, the defence have got no.
They need more protection in that
need more
midfield, don't they?
protection. Last season, I think they've got the most. They had the most shots. Yeah. So.
With that, obviously you've just spoken about, Man United looking promising there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just wanted to read, every summer it feels like we have this excitement about Man United. Let's not lie, every summer Man United make 4
Yeah,
or
of
5
course, of
signings
course.
that look, shrewd,
Yeah, you'll be like, ooh,
decent, and
yeah.
they could be a problem. I just want to read, obviously this is maybe not the greatest Twitter account,
Yeah.
but what I'm trying to point is that sort of the euphoria online is similar. We've seen it before. United Trade tweeted that you get past Amrabat and Casemiro. Oh, this is about a year ago, September 1st. You get past Amrabat and Casemiro, then you meet Martinez and Varane. Somehow escape that, then there's Anana. Score if you can. And I want to find, if I can find where,
Yeah,
because
with
the
those
comment
tweets, you got to take those with a pinch of salt.
yeah, but
man.
they reflect, I think, and again, I agree, football Twitter is a mess.
Yeah,
Twitter's a
yeah.
mess. But it reflects the euphoria about the signings. That it's a similar feeling. I've seen seasons where, I'm not being funny, when they signed Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, who else did they get that summer? There was someone else.
Did they say?
That might have been Sancho that summer. Or was that the summer after?
I think Sancho came after Wan-Bissaka. No, wait.
No,
it was
Wan-Bissaka,
Wan-Bissaka,
Maguire
then-
was
yeah.
Mourinho, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So they got them two, and it's like, okay, they constantly had this sort of euphoric feeling about Man United where, now they're making the move. Now they are becoming that side that we once knew them as, the juggernaut.
Whatever.
Yet to really see it, yet to win a major trophy.
Yeah.
Obviously, they win the FA
They won the
Cup.
FA Cup,
And,
yeah.
but when I say
Major Premier League, yeah.
Premier Champions League, that's what they're paying this money to pay. Like, FA Cup's a fantastic trophy to win. It's
Historic. It's great.
historic.
great for
It's
great for
entrenched
fans.
in English football. But what I'm trying to say is, they're not spending 63 million on an 18-year-old to win the FA Cup. They're spending
Yeah.
63 million on an 18-year-old to win multiple
Premier
Premiers
League
and
Champions
champs.
League, yeah.
Okay, let's jump to my club. Another, stick with the sort of the big six theme, Liverpool.
This will be a quick one.
Yeah, the only side in the top 5 leagues to have not made a signing yet.
Top 5 leagues.
Yes.
Damn.
I can't lie.
Speak on it.
I'm not overly frustrated by it.
Okay.
Some Liverpool fans online are, meltdown and it's pandemonium. For me, it's not that stressful right now.
Yeah.
Because last year we signed players that were not finished articles. The only one who came in, and I'm just triple checking who we signed. The only one who came in,
Paddy.
obviously maybe Wataru Endo's the finished article, but he was a Jurgen Klopp. He was one player signed for Jurgen Klopp. The rest were all players that were going to be able to play after Klopp leaves if he left.
Yeah.
McAllister was the only one I'd say last year set the world alight. Was one of our
he
best
had an
players.
amazing season.
Szoboszlai had a great start, faded out after his injury, and just
Yeah,
before. No, I think he already looks. So this is my thing, okay?
Pre-season.
No.
Yeah, I know what's going on. I know what's going to happen.
No,
Continue. Go
no,
on.
It's not, because he thinks I'm going to do this whole oh my god, we look so good in pre-season. I don't pay too much attention to pre-season. What I wanted to say was, you've got this fresh squad of players. We have a lot of senior players in the squad. Our squad is relatively young now.
Yeah.
In terms of the players we've actually got and inexperienced. Conor Bradley
Young.
looks exciting. I know he'll deputise Trent.
Trent.
I would love it if they could turn him into a left back and he could have the same impact.
Same
because
impact, yeah.
He is so good. The centre back situation, you would argue maybe Liverpool should get one more centre back. Matip's gone, they haven't replaced him.
Konate is not reliable.
Injury wise, I mean, Konate was basically injured for like the last 10 games of the season and just sort of like hobbled through the games.
Yeah.
And then you saw in the Euros,
He
wasn't fit.
He
just
fit
didn't
enough,
play.
yeah.
He wasn't like he came out in an interview and said, "I'm not fit." Gomez is pretty similar. I think Gomez is now sort of being utilised more as a squad player that can play anywhere across the defence.
Yeah.
I think if it was 5 years ago, you'd say Joe Gomez is the heart of this Liverpool centre back with Van Dijk, but that's not it. Then you got the midfield. Harvey Elliott,
Quansah
Curtis
as well?
Jones.
Oh.
Quansah's that was almost a given for me that you don't. He's not someone to worry about right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
I think
to worry
he's
about,
a sensational player that should stay.
I really like Quansah.
So here's another player Liverpool signed 5 years ago. Was always sort of a promising talent. He signed him when he was 16 for a couple £1 million, which is quite a lot for a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Sepp van den Berg. He's Dutch. Arne Slot's Dutch, and he's looked like a player that Liverpool. So the reports were Liverpool were going to sell him for about 20 million, which is obviously a great return.
Really?
He was like the highest rated centre back on one of those like Sofa Score apps or whatever they are in the Bundesliga last season for Frankfurt.
Fairs.
And he's looked like good across his last few years in senior football. He's looked like a good player. Liverpool might sell him for 20 million. Depends if Arne Slot really wants to keep him. Obviously, they're going to keep him, but he's sort of up in the air. So he's another there's potential that he can step into that 4th, 5th choice centre back role for Liverpool this season. Because I'm not overly stressed if you have Van Dijk, Quansah, Konate, Gomez, Sepp van den Berg. If Quansah, last year for me, Quansah was like, he looked like a senior pro. He looks like a senior pro. So why I always rush into signing players just because it feels like you should be when you've got a player who, give him a year or two, could be England starting centre back. I think at the sort of the rate he was going at. Then you got the full-back, the left-back position. I would want a new left-back. I think Andy Robertson still looks good, but I think you need a younger player now who's going to put pressure on him. There's a guy, Luke Chambers, they're like, oh, this guy could take over.
Is that someone from the academy?
I don't know enough about him.
Fairs.
But it looks like at the moment Liverpool have a lot of academy players they're looking to utilise this year, which might play into the fact why there's little signings so far. But it's also said that Arne Slot wants to see the squad in pre-season first, which is fine because he's a new manager. That's why I'm not overly stressed.
You're not
by
stressed.
the lack of signings.
No, that does make sense.
What I'm saying is I'm not overly stressed about this Liverpool transfer window right now. For me, if there was 3 players or 3 profiles I'd want a 6. Despite the fact that Stefan Bajcetic looks like an unbelievable talent, he just missed a whole year of football and is now bulked up.
Yeah, you don't rush him.
So we don't rush him back. Endo clearly doesn't fit into their plans, but he's a good bit of depth and experience. He's international captain. Keep him in the squad. I wouldn't sell him right now. I've won Trey Nioni, meant to be the boy. People are saying he plays like Paul Pogba.
Oh. First, I heard a few good things about him. Obviously, I didn't see.
To be fair, but even last season, it looked like he was going to be the youngster that plays with the first team in the next couple of years. There's clearly good young players at Liverpool who are going to be utilised, and there's clearly a manager who's new with an exciting squad and wants to see who fits, who doesn't fit. So just calm down. We're not going to go for the league this year. Realistically, like it's not.
Yeah, top 4. Just top 4.
Go for top 4. A domestic cut would be sensational on the side.
Yeah.
It's the start of a new era, so you've got to take it slow. Don't rush it. Don't.
And also with Liverpool, when they're in Champions League, you've always got to look at Liverpool.
That factor.
It's because
It's
you
a
guys,
big old spot.
Exactly. You guys have got that factor. So Champions League, Liverpool always, for me, they're always ones where you have to look at, and you can never underestimate Liverpool's potential of what they can do in the Champions League. So
and I do think we'll make a sign like a first team side. We are going to make a first team side.
It's going to be the ones out of the blue.
He wants to see the side. I think it'll be a 6. I think what it looks like it will be a 6. And to be honest, that's what everyone said we needed for the past. Since Fabinho left, it felt, and Endo was a very good player. He had some massive gains for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Near the end of the season, at certain times, it just looked like okay, there's games where we want what City have with Rodri.
No,
if I wanted a sign, it'd be a 6, and then.
Anyone comes to mind that you would really like?
Because there's talks of Ederson, from Atalanta.
Atalanta,
or you just go. You know who I'd love, and it's unrealistic because he's just moved. I'd love Adam Wharton.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think that's really unrealistic. You know, I feel like next season he'll be gone.
Next season, but this summer is a push. to get a player that's just moved, especially when they've just lost Elise. It looks like they're going to lose Eze. So to get Adam Ward, I mean, that'd be...
They won't
for a
do
side
this.
that looks very exciting, that'd be sad as a neutral to see that side just get gutted like that from their three best
But
players.
hopefully they can reinvest. They'll reinvest like goods into other areas which they need to look at.
I would love Wharton to come to Liverpool. I really would.
I think we're trying to. I don't mind him at Arsenal as well.
How greedy?
How's that greedy?
We don't need another 6 right now. I guess you kind of do.
You kind of do, yeah. Because imagine him and the Rice.
But then you got 400 midfielders. I'd love him to be the signing because on the ball he's so good for a 6 as well. For a 6 on the ball,
it's good
at that young, he's younger than us.
Yeah, no. Okay, can we stop with that? That younger than us.
That stuff don't stress me out, you know. I don't know why.
No, it doesn't stress me out. But
on our own journey.
Yeah, we are on our own journey. But I just like, okay, relax.
But yeah, he is. I think he's such a talent. Get him to the Reds, man.
Yeah.
City. One thing I just want to talk on. Sorry, Manchester City is that a lot of players.
City.
Look, there's a lot. You know what's weird? I just wouldn't feel comfortable as a City fan right now because there's so much chat about Bernardo, De Bruyne, Ederson, 3 massive players.
Yeah.
Alvarez as well.
Yeah.
All potentially leaving, and it's you know what it is? It's so like you know, like year 7, 8 crushes. Like, oh, I heard they're saying this, and it's like, and they're all going, oh, I want to stay at the club, but if the club don't want me here, I won't be here. And he's going, Pep's going, I want him to stay, but if he wants to go, he can go.
Yeah.
It's also like, there's no way they're not having these conversations behind closed doors. Are they all just doing media conversations and not talking, and then seeing each other in training and being like,
yeah. I think with Pep, he always does that. He always says if a player wants to go, he can go. He doesn't really care.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying as a City fan, that would be quite uneasy for me to watch because it's happening with 4 players.
Yeah.
If Alvarez goes, I think that's a big miss. De Bruyne goes, obviously it's a massive miss. Who's the other one? Ederson. Okay, Ortega probably covers quite nicely. And Bernardo Silva's linked every year for like the past 5 years. So I don't really trust that he's going to leave until his contract expires. He'll just do a Gundogan. It'd be a shame for them, but I think anyway, this is looking like the end of an era. Arsenal are going to win.
I wouldn't say end of an era for City. Maybe
my early season prediction is Arsenal win the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm just hoping
comfortably. I think City will drop off this year and Arsenal win comfortably, and it will be like a 90-point season where Arsenal win, and they'll win by like.
Do you know what I want? Points. Yeah, I want Arsenal's win to be like, you know, when you guys won it, where you guys were comfy at like when was it by?
Like February.
That's all I want. I don't want no stress. With an Arsenal fan, stress.
Yeah, but
it's just linked with my DNA.
That Arsenal team will not get near that Liverpool side, I think.
Yeah, of course. But I just want it's comfortable. I just want to watch the games comfortably.
It's a shame. If COVID didn't happen, that Liverpool side would have had 100 points.
Anyway, but I just want to watch.
Just saying, but
yeah. But yeah, as you're saying, with City, it's gonna be next season. It's gonna be a weird season for City because there's gonna be loads of players that look like they might be on the way out. Loads of players.
Pep might be on the way out. People are close to retiring. Kyle Walker is on his last legs. End of an era. This is what I was saying.
End of an era.
It feels like an end of an era. They could still win it, and he was saying that stupid thing. Oh, we're gonna start slow.
Yeah, we're gonna start slow.
We're not. Oh, he said we're not gonna be there.
Yeah,
something like that. Like at the start of the season. Give it a rest.
This guy's a liar, habitual liar. That's the one. He's an habitual liar.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Can't stand them. I think they'll drop off. I think Arsenal win the league.
Please.
It could even be like an 88-pointer.
But we just win it comfy.
Because City is so far off. Do you know what I mean? What I wanted to ask you is, what is your ideal 20 Premier League clubs? And this is yours, based off who you think deserve, like big clubs, clubs you like. It's completely your choice.
Clubs you like, okay.
I think, are we creating one together, or are we creating our own separates?
Can I mention the ones that I just think should be in the Premier League? Because I can't.
Do your 20, bro.
Let's
go through them.
I feel like I need to get that.
Just go down on your hands. It's easy. Just go down on your hands. My ideal 20 Premier League clubs.
Ipswich should be in it.
Ipswich are a massive club. They've won the Premier League. They've been to Europe. I think they won the European Cup.
Yeah, actually.
Ipswich are a massive club.
There could be potential bigger ones.
I would argue... No, okay, so with Ipswich, they're a massive club. They're not necessarily a club I have an affinity with. Any sort of like, even knowledge of...
I think Crystal Palace should be there.
No, see, okay, this is where we differ. So I don't want in the Premier League. Fulham can go, Brentford can go, Bournemouth can go, Brighton can go.
Southampton can go.
Yeah, I don't really like Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton can go.
So we've got 5 there to fill.
Brighton could go.
I said that already. I said 5. I want Wolves gone. Some
gonna-
teams I'm just tired of.
There's going to be big shouts you're going to have to make. And
There's
telling-
big clubs I like, so I like Forest, but I'm kind of tired of them.
No, Forest can go. Forest can go.
My ideal Premier League. So we got 7 spots to fill. Who are we moving in?
Go Championship.
I'm kind of tired of Leeds already. You know when, so they had that big club vibe. You're like, wow,
Yeah,
massive club back in the
Champions
Prem.
League.
But when they were here in that last spell, it wasn't that exciting.
It was exciting, no.
It wasn't like, it didn't feel me fit. Anyway, club I want. Portsmouth. I remember Portsmouth in the Prem.
Yeah.
That was a cool club.
Portsmouth.
Fratton Park, great ground. Charlton always go there and win, by the way. Leading on to my next team. The Addicts. Charlton Athletic. I think they got about 9 seasons in the Prem. Bring them back.
Bring 'em back.
Iconic goals are scored there. Rooney. Van Persie.
Van Persie,
There you
yeah.
go. My brother was there for that. Why?
Was
Because
he?
we love Charlton in this household. We love them. Bring Charlton back.
Charlton. I'm trying to think of other ones. Sunderland. I think Sunderland should be there.
Sunderland. Bring them back. Bring Sunderland to the Prem.
Stadium of Light. That's a stadium.
Yeah, my granddad was a Sunderland fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up from up north. How are you there, lads?
Yes.
Come on, lad.
Stadium of Light.
Who are we adding in? Blackburn? Premier League winners,
Premier
man.
League
Come
winners,
on,
yeah,
you can't
yeah,
not have
yeah.
Premier League winners. That's
you know-
4 sides we got,
Do
yeah?
you know which one that I liked? I like Bolton. No, but that's me. That's me. I'm not saying it should be there.
Do you want them in, are they in yours? Are they making your 7 that we're
Maybe mine,
bringing
just
in?
because I like Bolton.
Because they ain't in my 7, I'll tell you that.
I just
I'll
like
tell
Bolton.
you that.
They're not in it. I really like Bolton. JJ Okocha and that.
Oh, yeah. But we didn't live through that. Like,
No, we haven't lived
living
through
them.
that,
But I know what you mean.
yeah.
I know what you mean. It's like got that iconic vibe
Yeah.
about them. I'm trying to think of other clubs I might be missing.
Definitely.
I used to like Southampton, but I'm just fed up with
No,
them.
they can go. They
They're
can.
another side. When they're in the Prem, they've just
Yo-yo,
become
yo-yo.
uninspiring.
Yeah.
They're not yo-yo. They've just gone down after being in the Prem for nearly 10 years.
Is it? Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I take that back. I take it back. My bad. My
And
bad.
they were in the Prem for a while before that, previous to... but I don't want either of the Welsh clubs, I can tell you that. Swansea,
No.
Cardiff, or Wrexham now in the Football League. I
No.
don't want them.
You need to throw them out.
I actually quite like Ipswich. I'll keep Ipswich. So we only need to fill 6 spots.
Ipswich. Can you go to Championship?
Oh, you want to go look at Championship sides?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
No.
Nah.
No.
Oh,
Not a
God.
Prem, no.
Watford reek of
Watford's
Brentford
no.
and... Or QPR maybe?
No.
Stoke?
Stoke?
No.
As an Arsenal fan, I hate them, but they just brought that nasty side that I feel like you guys in the Prem needs. You need that one.
Oh, they've never actually been in the Prem. I want Millwall in the Prem. I want Palace, West Ham, Charlton, Millwall all in the
Oh
Prem.
my days.
I want them all of them in the Prem.
Yeah,
That's my point.
I do want a Millwall West Ham league fixture. I need to see that.
Green Street.
Okay, maybe
Coventry?
looking at it, yeah, Leeds and Coventry. I think that would be our final teams.
Not whole.
Nah.
Okay, check League One just in case.
League One's got some massive sides in it. No, Charlton, Portsmouth went up.
Blackpool. Oh my days.
No, they're not a big side.
No, I know, but I just remember when they were here.
The Bolton, Charlton, Birmingham. Ooh, Birmingham!
Nah,
Man, I'm from Birmingham.
I'm good.
I quite like a
The accent
Birmingham.
alone. I'm
I like their badge.
Nice badge.
And
I
their
thought they
derby
changed
with
it, they
Villa's
changed it.
lively.
Yeah,
It's
Jack Grealish
lively.
got banged in the head.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Head top gone. Sorry. Was it headshot bang? Headshot bang.
I'm sticking with Bolton. Bolton's my shout from League
So
One.
we removed. Let's just get this down. Let's just solidify this. We removed Fulham,
Yeah,
Brentford,
yeah,
Brighton,
yeah.
Bournemouth.
Southampton.
No. I think we kept them in the end.
No,
Oh, no.
no. Southampton's gone.
Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, Wolves, Southampton, and we've introduced Millwall, Charlton, Leeds, Bolton,
Which ones did we say again?
Birmingham.
Blackburn.
We flirted with Blackburn.
Blackburn. I prefer Blackburn than Birmingham.
Well, we've got one more spot anyway.
Portsmouth. Oh, you said Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. No, yeah, that's
Portsmouth.
it.
Yeah, Portsmouth. Yeah,
That's brilliant.
That's my ideal Prem.
I like it.
That's
There's
brilliant.
others that.
And again, with that, we'll get border clubs. I remember when Southampton first came up and I was younger, I thought that was really cool because I'd heard about the club and whatever.
And they try and get
Likewise,
players.
with Leeds, and again, we've just put Leeds in our team to come back up anyway. And originally we sort of said we might not want Forest there. Oh, Sunderland.
Sunderland, yes.
I'd rather Sunderland over Forest, I think.
Oh, 100%.
And even though Forest are a bigger club, Sunderland over Forest.
We need that derby as well.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
Newcastle, Sunderland derby.
People aren't going to like the Charlton shouts though.
No, of course, but
But-
that's just us.
Local, home and away, I love them.
Premier League years as well. Scott Parker.
Oh, one greedy bastard. There's only one.
Play for bare London clubs.
Yeah, but Charlton fans hate him.
Yeah, I know.
Charlton fans hate him. I've sat there calling him effing and blinding every name under the sun. You fucking. I've been there. I've been there. I've been through the times. Let's go from there.
I know you're feeling very passionate about Villa's transfers this season.
I don't know if passionate's the word, but
Not
like-
passionate, but you're interested. You're
yeah,
interested,
it's caught my eye,
It's caught your eye.
and I think it's caught a lot of people's eye.
Yeah, of course. Chat to me.
Obviously, they lost Douglas Luiz, who had a sensational season, but they still got John McGinn, who I think was a bit of an unsung hero last year for them. They've still got Ollie Watkins for now. They've then already sold Moussa Diaby and replaced him with Illing Jr., Philogene, and they've got that other, what's his name? We keep forgetting his name. The Juventus centre midfielder.
Enzo.
Let's call him Enzo. We're
Yeah.
going to call him Enzo. And for me, they just... So I saw something the other day, and I've forgotten this, that obviously after Leicester won the Premier League, they fell off, but then they solidified themselves as the biggest threat to the Big Six. They fumbled Champions League after being in top four most of the year with Brendan Rodgers,
Yeah.
and then eventually, they did that twice, I think, and then eventually they fell away and got relegated, which was surprising considering the squad they had at their disposal. For me, Aston Villa are already better than Brendan Rodgers' Leicester side in terms of, first when they secured top four,
Yeah.
the personnel they've got is frightening. They have got players that
Yeah.
big clubs, the big six, the greedy six want.
Such as Watkins.
Tielemans before, obviously he left Leicester. I know that was kind of funny, we were just talking about saying Leicester, but Tielemans, McGinn even,
Konza. Pau Torres. Emi Martinez. They've got good players.
Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
He was so good last year.
Yeah,
under
he was
under
good
Unai
last
Emery,
season,
he's become the Leon Bailey that we thought was
yeah.
coming to the Prem. So for me, they look frightening. What have they added to that? Amadou Onana, for me, one of the best midfielders outside
Great
of the Big
signing.
Six.
Such a good signing, man.
He was a player that I think every club, had that link with. Every club was interested in Amadou Onana. Every club wanted a bit of Amadou Onana.
Yeah.
No one was like, interest was concrete or maybe felt worth the money. But I think he is going to be an unbelievable signing for
Vets, yeah, I agree
Aston
with that
Villa.
one.
I think if you'd asked me at the end of the season, do they retain their spot in top four, especially with the idea that Douglas Luiz was going to leave, I probably would have said no. And I think they'll struggle, and it will be hard, and it'll be interesting to see how they deal with the Champions League schedule.
the
But they have
schedule,
already
yeah.
had the European schedule in their Premier League
Yeah.
alongside their Premier League schedule. So it's not going to be the game time that's necessarily overwhelming for them. It's going to be the intensity of those games, the magnitude of those games. Amadou Onana, for me, has changed my opinion. That I think Aston Villa are still a very comfortable top four contender.
Comfy.
In terms of, I don't mean they're going to comfortably secure it. I mean they're comfortably in the conversation.
In the conversation, yeah.
So
okay.
and that sounds like a given, but for some people, when you think about teams, were Newcastle comfortably in the top four race this year? No, I wouldn't say they were. Although again, I would admit, I think they had a better season than people gave them credit for. They weren't in that top four race much of the season. I think Aston Villa will be in that top four race for the season.
Cool.
I think they'll be there throughout the season. I think you'll again see the brilliance of Unai Emery and the brilliance of the personnel they've signed. One player I would, and they are apparently signing João Felix. Is his main target, and a right back. I would sign a right back if I were them.
Because Cash.
It's a bit knackered.
It's a bit knackered, but they do play Konza right back.
People love Matty Cash because he's a handsome fella, really, and he was good at one point. No, but like that.
I've never heard that.
You can tell you're a handsome fella though.
Oh, but
No,
I never heard people say.
Okay, if Matty Cash was Butters though, if Matty Cash was actually like a Butters Don, I don't think he'd get half the
I think they
beat.
liked his personality. Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
It's his whole, you know what I mean? We've just sold him as a great guy. You give him the personality shouts. I've said he's a handsome chap.
Yeah, no, but
So do you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, if I was Aston Villa, I'd go for another right back. And obviously, João Felix is a player that Emery wants. So that's my thoughts on Villa. I just decided I wanted to highlight and mention and give light to on Tev Sport. Any players you feel this summer transfer window need a move or should get a move, or you want to have a move?
That need a move.
Or this isn't going to be my answer, but one could be Eberechi deserves that opportunity to step up into a slightly bigger club, a more competitive club.
Oh, that's a good shout. Is that your one?
I'll think of another one because I've used it as the example, so we should both maybe look for someone else.
Okay, yeah. I think mine would definitely be Eddie Nketiah. I think it's his time to leave now. I think he's done okay for Arsenal.
Spread your wings.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like spread your wings now. You've done what you needed to do. I feel like this is probably not the best place for you right now.
You were never going to be an Arsenal legend.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a rude way. Like you weren't.
Yeah.
Like you got the number 14.
You got the number 14. So
Come on now. What were they doing? Like
it was a bit rash.
Premier League. Get him to Palace.
It seems like Palace, or even he's very strongly linked with a move to Marseille. Go abroad, he might even do very well. I think
bad vibes over in Marseille though at the moment.
Yeah, a bit bad.
But there are other transfer dealings.
Yeah, so I think my player would be Eddie Nketiah. Just spread his wings and just show the potential that he showed. Oh, didn't just have something. But yeah, for Eddie Nketiah, it's his time just to show his potential, which he showed on like England under-21s and a few bits of Arsenal. The bit he played for Arsenal last season and the season before. So Eddie Nketiah is mine.
Who I want to get a move this summer, preferably to obviously my team Liverpool, but I think they already deserve the big step up. And to be honest, there's a couple players at this side who should or deserve it, and they're already at a side who also are making promising moves this window in West Ham. I'm going to go for, two players, Bowen and Kudus.
Oh, that's.
I think they're both. I mean, last year they both just made you. They're players that make you love football.
Yeah.
They're exciting. Watching Bowen run through on goal, watching Kudus dribble the ball. I mean, he's so hard to get the ball off. He's so strong and athletic, and then so teeny technical with the ball. The combination is just beautiful to watch. His technical ability, along with his physicality, is just like what you want to watch in football.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
Someone who can do both sides of the game, the dirty and the beautiful. So I'd love to see him get a move again, preferably to Liverpool. But I mean, I could see him at Barcelona. Maybe not right now, but like they're looking for attacking
talent. I think Bowen makes more sense for you guys. It seems like a very
perfect replacement for Salah. I would love Kudus.
You'd love Kudus.
I love watching that type of footballer, how he plays. I got a player who is heavily linked to a move, because maybe Bowen and Kudus aren't heavily linked with like concrete moves at the moment. A player who I think should go, and we could potentially see them play better in a smaller side, a less scrutinised side, and they were probably at their best when they were in a smaller, less scrutinised side, is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think he's a good right back. I think there were times when every good right back gets the Trent comparison. Oh, is he better than Trent? He's better than Trent. Yeah, it's true. I'm not even trying to prove a point, but it's true.
They had the Trent James.
Well, it was Wan-Bissaka, Trent, then they threw Reece James into it, then they throw in this person, then it's you know what I mean? There's always someone new. Wan-Bissaka is a good right back. Get him to. There's West Ham links again. So again, a side that are promising. West Ham. Get him to back home.
Palace.
South London and proud. Crystal Palace. Get him down there. I think you'll see a fantastic Premier League right back, like a good top Premier League right back. Not world class, no, of course not. Big six maybe, but I think that's where he belongs. And Palace could be a promising side this year with Oliver Glasner. I think that's where he could be effective.
I definitely I like that shot a lot. Especially if he goes to a team with less possession, it definitely suits Wan-Bissaka, because him 1v1 defending, that is him to a team, arguably one of the best in the world for me, 1v1 defending.
I mean, he's horrible on the ball though.
Yeah, exactly. He's horrible. So that's what I mean. Team with less possession.
But arguably, Palace this year will look to play a bit more
possession. So I think the West Ham shot might make sense depending on.
Lopetegui likes to play the ball.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be hard.
I think he'd be good at either of them,
but we'll see. I think I like that Wan-Bissaka shout a lot.
Do you have a player this year that you're tipping to have a big year, maybe a breakout year, the year where they really make people go, oh, excuse me, I wasn't familiar with your game.
See, with me being an Arsenal fan, I've got to look at the youngsters at my team. So I think one person that is going to have a breakout season for me is Ethan.
Oh, you've gone very young.
Very young.
I was going like
like maybe.
They're gonna take that step to the next
Oh,
level.
the next level.
So
Okay,
I would
cool.
argue that the last like year or so, Berriese, again, my example is that he sort of took that game to the next level,
Next
made
level.
everyone step up and go, okay, my bad.
Yeah, okay,
you're
okay,
that
no,
big
okay.
player. Or I can throw in one to start it off with. I got a couple players. I'm not going to just keep it Liverpool based,
Wharton.
but I've got Wharton.
Yeah.
I've got Onana, Villa.
Villa.
I think he could genuinely, like by the end of the season, get like world class shouts.
Ooh.
Douglas Luiz had him last year, and that's a stretch. But I think
He could
he's going to
potentially,
look
yeah.
so good at Aston Villa. And I think someone who's actually had like a fantastic season last year was Curtis Jones. But I think this year he's going to make himself, and he's already said that the way Liverpool are looking like they're going to play under Arne Slot is very suiting him.
Yeah.
I think he's a player who was unlucky to miss out. I don't think he should have gone to the Euros, but he was right to be in that provisional squad.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
argue he's unlucky to miss out, but I think he's at that stage. And I think give it a year's time, people going, Curtis Jones should be in
Curtis
England. I
Jones,
think
yeah.
he is, like on the ball, I love a midfielder that's like, can carry the ball, bring it up the field, and has got like the technicality to get out of those tight spaces and
Of course.
keep it and keep the ball in possession and in attacking football. And for me, Curtis Jones embodies that for Liverpool. I could have said Harvey Elliott. I think Curtis Jones is looking very exciting.
Oh, that's a good shout. I do like Curtis Jones. I've always liked Curtis Jones as a profile player. He's just been a bit unlucky, and as he said himself, this time it looks like the football that Slot is going to play, it might be very suited to him, and he might flourish more under that.
And because of that, you could argue that with other like Liverpool attacking
Yeah,
midfielders.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like Shabazz, like
Shabazz,
Harvey
yeah.
Elliott, but Curtis Jones is the one I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm backing him to have a big year.
Yeah, hopefully we see what he performed like when he was at the England under-21s, translate it to...
Well, I think last year for Liverpool, he was embodying that for Liverpool. I'd argue that he was probably at one point with McAllister our best midfielder. It was just he had that injury. that then
yeah.
basically writ him off for the year. And then when
Agreed.
he came back, you were like, oh, okay, Curtis Jones is actually still flipping good at football.
Yeah.
Any other players? There's a couple of Chelsea players I think we could throw in there.
Yeah, there's bear.
But
You have to.
I think Caicedo is going to look, and again, he looked good by the end of the season.
End of the season, yeah.
I think he's going to be good. It's a shame they're letting Chalobah and Gallagher leave.
Yeah, I think that's just trying to get pure profit, really.
Yeah, and it's a shame because
a shame, yeah.
I think especially Chalobah has been unlucky at Chelsea. I think Gallagher's a good footballer, and they're getting 40 million for him going to Atletico.
He was probably your best midfielder, Chelsea's best midfielder last season.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but with Chalobah, it's like the move he's going to make is going to be more like the Hudson-Odoi Alanga move going backwards.
Yeah.
Whereas Gallagher's linked with going to Atletico Madrid, who are having a massive rebuild. And it's like you can't really complain. Like, and sunny Spain's having a good time.
Exactly. And it seemed like Chalobah does not want to leave. Like,
Yeah.
and it just seemed.
Chelsea, you know how much he's like on the post and things like
And
that?
this is because Chelsea are spending money on South American youngsters for like 30 million and loads of goalkeepers. I'm also looking at the Brazilian right winger, Estavio. I don't know if he comes this season. I think
Next season.
is it this next season? William Estavio, whatever. He looks, I can't lie, he looks really good. I can't lie. That seemed like a signing that looks.
He done good in the Copa.
Yeah. So if he's coming this season, that'll be one to look out for me as well.
Right.
Like Nkunku, Timber.
Yeah, Timber, of course, that's a good shout.
Timber's definitely going to be my shout. Nkunku's a good one.
I think Havertz could have an even better season.
Yeah, if he
think Havertz is a player
if he
going to level up.
performs the way he done last season, like towards the end, throughout, it could be a good day for Arsenal. I just want to win the league, man. Please.
So, come to another end of a two-man step. It's episode 10 done. As we always say, there's more content coming, there's more of this coming, there's more of that coming. Just stay patient and we'll
Check
get
the
there.
TikTok, check the YouTube, check the Instagram.
And do all the, like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Ooh. Do whatever. Tell a friend,
everything.
tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell your neighbour, tell your dog.
Because when the revolution is here, when the Tev Sport takeover happens,
Exactly.
you
want to miss that train.
want to be the guy that was on the early doors.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get the seat.
You want to have a seat on the busiest train.
Exactly.
You want to have a seat on the Jubilee line at 9
Exactly.
o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
impossibly though, but yeah, don't miss out. Impossible.